Alright, Shalom. All praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, Hakodash. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Hey, this lesson is going into, this lesson will be titled, just like these babies, Yahawah, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI can deliver you from all trouble. So here you see, there's a car accident in Houston, I believe, on Monday, and you see this the Jeep flipped over. The two babies, which I don't know if you can see the other one on the right, but these two babies were ejected from the vehicle. You see the Jeep; it doesn't have a cover on it. It's just an open vehicle, and the Jeep is flipped over, and the babies are a little bit a ways away from the vehicle, and you see the baby get up, play the video. The baby might be crying or whatever like that. You can't really hear in the video, but hey, both of the babies, they just walking around. The baby, see the baby get up like nothing happened. I'm sure is scared or whatever like that. Don't know what happened, but it doesn't look like. Hey, the babies don't look like they're bleeding. The babies don't look like a joint is out of place. The babies don't look like anything is wrong with them. So, considering us, the Israelites, hey, we're weak, we're fragile, we're like worms, completely powerless in this world. But the Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI protects us through all these dangers, all the situations and dangers in the world, especially in the times to come, where we're going to need the fully rely on Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI to deliver us from all evils, which is also in the Lord's Prayer. It's the part where it says, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. I believe it's in the Hebrew, Tabiyah Nawa, Manasaya 1, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan Rai, which is lead us not into temptation, but Hawashai Nawa, meaning to deliver or save us from evil. And I've heard it from the elders, and I've started to say it myself as well. When I leave the house, I'll send up a prayer. I'll say Hawashai Nawa Mayan Rai, deliver from evil. Baba Gosha, Baba Gosha, Baba Gosha, Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI Tawab, or Amen. And that'll be like a little prayer that I say before I get on the road. And hey, your prayer is important. You believing in the Most High is important. And it's important to believe that Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI is going to protect you. But let's get right into the scriptures. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 2 and verse 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" So no one. Hey, he delivered many generations of people from horrible situations, many generations of the Israelites. King David, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, which I have that specific passage pulled up. Lord willing, I'll get to it. Job, he delivered him. Noah, and many more. Constantly being delivered from the hands of our enemies, from dire situations. This is Ecclesiastes. I'll read that again. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 2 and verse 10, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi and was confounded? So did anybody trust in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi and was confused or didn't know what to do, or no, because Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi guided them through all situations. He helped them. He sent the Spirit to guide them. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? No. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. So we know Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is very merciful. And we know that in times of affliction, we're Lord willing, will be delivered. But if not, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi still have mercy on us, because we're still, and those that die in Yahawashi that are martyrs, they're going to be beheaded for him in these coming times when martial law is dropped and the MOTB is mandated and made mandatory to where you can't survive in this society. And you're going to be raised up first. Those that die in Yahawashi, and you're going to receive new bodies. And Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to show us great mercy in comparison to all the wickedness that we've done. But the point of this lesson is, the Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi can save you, can pull you out of situations unscathed. This is Job chapter 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So in 6 troubles, 7, a complete amount of troubles, he's always going to be there to deliver you, to save you. This is Psalms chapter 32 and verse 7. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Salah. So we have these scriptures. There's an innumerable amount of times that our forefathers have been saved, delivered. Saved and delivered and pulled out of trouble. This is Daniel chapter 3. And I'll just get to the I'll start at verse I'll start at verse 15. Actually, I'll start at verse 15. So verse 14, Daniel 3 and 14, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do ye not serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, and psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? So Nebuchadnezzar speaking proud here, because I just read several scriptures that the Lord is able to deliver. The Lord can pull you out of situations. Verse, excuse me. Verse 16, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning and fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. So these three men, they believed in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. They believed that he could deliver them, he could save them. And they told it to the enemy's face. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So even be it known, we're not gonna, our God can save us if he chooses to, and if he doesn't, we're still not gonna serve your gods. We have no care for this life. It doesn't say here, but in 2 Maccabees, they knew, I believe it's the 6th or 7th chapter, with the mother and her sons being killed. They knew that they would be raised up again, that they would be raised up again from the dead, and they understood why they were going through this as a punishment for their own sins. So, whether you live or die, we're not serving your gods. Especially in the coming times when the MOTB is going to be mandated, because you're going to have to bow down to this beast system. You're going to have to accept it to make it into society. Verse 19, Daniel 3 and 19. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. So they threw them in there, they heated it up even more, turned up the heat on it. Like this coming time now, these coming times, Jacob's trouble, this is the time to try the whole world. The furnace is going to be heated on the whole world. There ain't going to be nowhere safe if you don't have Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi with you. Verse 20, and he commanded I just read that, Salaki. Verse 21, then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their garments, and were cast into the midst of the fire, in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, the furnace exceeding hot, the flames of fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So those men that they weren't even in the furnace, that they got slain when they were throwing Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the furnace. So the fire slew them, but it didn't even. What y'all keep reading. Verse 24. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, did we not cast three
building block scriptures?
Verse 24. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire. They have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. So they threw them in there. The fire slew the two men that threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And now he's looking in there. He sees 4 men walking in there. We threw in 3, and now there's 4. And he looks like the Son of God. So who was that? That's Yahawashi in there with them. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men, who upon whose bodies the fire had neither the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their heads singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of the fire had passed on them. So that fire, even though it was turned up, all that, which should have completely seemed like should have completely burned them up, but it didn't, because Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI protected them. Nothing, not even the smell of the smoke was on them. They probably came out, smelling fresh, whatever fragrances they had back then. Came out smelling better than when they went in, maybe. No telling, but they're just how do you say, imagining this, extrapolating. But they went through that. Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI protected them without them being harmed or scathed or anything like that. This is Psalms 34 and verse 7. The angel of Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. So each one of the elect, you have angels encamped around about you, protecting you. Like in Tobias in the book of Tobit, and an angel led him to another land. It helped him, and he didn't even know that an angel was with him. Verse 8, O taste and see that Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. So the point of this lesson being a trust in Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI, because he can deliver you unharmed, unscathed, like those babies. And Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI, Bahasham Rakakodash, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Hey, Shalom.